Hello, beautiful, beautiful dear soul ones. This is a video about sacred self-pleasuring for females. And we will talk about how you can do this, the 3 steps of it, the preparation, the action, and the come down or balancing of this process. This is a way that females can enhance their selves, their femininity, their feminine element, and balance themselves, which includes balancing your hormones, balancing your energies, balancing your masculine and feminine energy within, balancing your sexual and creative energy, enhancing and balancing energies on all levels and areas. So aka masturbation, but this is a sacred self-pleasuring, so this is more of a ritualistic ceremonial type of engagement with masturbation, where we are gifting our energies back, so that the energy that we are putting into and receiving during this action is refilling ourselves. It is not an expense, and it is us being a full channel for the divine masculine, divine feminine to work through us to create ascension, balance, love, and a certain energy harmonic that we can use to manifest or to give back or to heal or to do, if you will, magic with it. So some of you have been asking about this video or this information. Here it is. This is information that has been channeled through earlier this year from different aspects of the divine feminine, of the goddess, of the females. This is ancient knowledge from the sexual temples, dating all the way back to Atlantis, dating back to that time. So I'm going to be sharing this, and at the end I'll share a little bit of my experience. Hope this video will be useful. And for the men who are still watching and are curious, please, get to know us, get to know how we function, and school yourselves, just as we should be schooling ourselves about men and loving and appreciating the differences and the similarities that we have. This type of sacred self-pleasuring actions do not correlate for the men. Men have a different type of breath work, and the circulation is a bit different. So, okay, here we go. And let's have a look. Sacred self-pleasuring. So first of all, I've split it up into 3 categories. We have the preparation, the action, and the come down / the balancing period of this. Now, sorry guys, I just decided to drop you. Now, such a pleasuring exercise could be an average of 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Of course, that's totally dependent and different for everybody else. Someone may do it way shorter, and some of you may want to do it way longer. I'm just giving an average time. Okay? So, on the preparation, I have 3 points on the preparation. 1 is the atmosphere. To be able to relax, to let go, and enjoy our body, our mind, our soul, and connect with the divine, we need to be able to have the right atmosphere to do that. So that would include scheduling it in, making space, making sure, nobody's home, the kids are gone, your roommates are gone, lock the doors, feel like you can just do whatever you want. So that your mind can be vacant. Atmosphere, We can turn our phone off. Can we? Turn the Wi-Fi off. Turn all of it off. We can put on some music, enjoyable music, whether it's shamanic music or belly dance music or whichever music gets you in that mood. Yes. Then we have incense. We can use smell, stimulating all the senses. We are females. We have feelings. We have senses. So we want to stimulate all senses on all of our levels. I just got to plug in my phone because the battery is dying. Oops. I am dropping you guys again. So, the phone is plugged in and we carry on. And then we can use candles or the right lighting, right? We don't want big TL lights, but some soft romantic lighting, perhaps some candles, get the mood on, get yourself prepared. So second part of preparation is the opening. So we're going to take a moment of opening this action, this engagement with yourself, with Mother Earth, with Father Sky, with the feminine and the masculine. How can we do this? Depending on, what relates to you, how your beliefs, your truths, you can do in whatever way you want, whether it's just 1 minute, just making a little intention in your mind, or if you want to do a prayer, a chant, a moment of centering exercise, a moment of gratitude, praise, song praise, meditation or short meditation, invocation, whatever is your truth, your outlet, your expression, right? So we want to do a little bit of opening, which is giving love, for example, giving love to ourselves and gratitude to the divine feminine, divine masculine, to the goddess, to Mother Earth or to the yin element, however you see the feminine and masculine, whether it's electromagnetic, yin and yang, your own relationship with it. Yeah. Then on the third level of preparation, we want to go ahead and cleanse ourselves. We cleanse ourselves on a body, mind, and soul level. So first of all, on a body level, we can take a shower, we can bathe, and really taking our time. As we're doing this, we are preparing to gift ourselves to the divine feminine, divine masculine, and be a pure channel for their connection, for their sacred union through you. So as you are washing yourself, this is the vehicle that you have been gifted, this is a rent-a-car, this body, this vehicle that you've been gifted. So as you cleanse yourself, do it with love and praise, as if you're washing the body of the goddess right in front of you. And just as you wash yourself, thank every cell, thank every body part, and really do it with love and intention. And you can have your candles in the shower and your incense and your music, and take your time and tell your body that you love your body, and thank your body and thank every cell, and thank yourself that you're so healthy. Make it special, make it real, be there 100%. Focused, present. Love yourself utterly. And as you love yourself utterly, you are loving the universe, you are loving your sisters, you are loving your brothers, you are loving, sending out that frequency of love. Okay? So, shower bath. On the mind level of the preparation and cleansing, we can do a meditation, just clearing our mind, letting go of matters of the past, dissolving matters of the future, and just vow to be here right now, this moment, present. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, but to be, to love. Okay? On the third level, on a soul level, on a soul level, we can cleanse through smudging. We could use whatever tools works for you. So you could do smudging, crystals, clearing techniques, meditative clearing techniques, or any other tools or techniques that you have to just cleanse either, let's say, your energetical field, your auric field, yourself on the soul level. So that is a cleansing on body, mind, and soul level, and that is the preparation. Then we step to the second part of sacred self-pleasuring. Action, of course, the most exciting part. So for action, the breath is very important, how we breathe. So the breath would be nostril breathing. There's a reason for this, and I'll make another video because I want to talk about nostril breathing and mouth breathing at some point. But nostril breathing, and even when we're getting very excited, we may have to go, because the levels and the excitement may be raising up, we may have to do a nostril breath and then exhale through the mouth. And that's okay. And then as soon as that little height of excitement comes back down, we can go back into a nostril breathing. But as much as we can, we will engage in nostril breathing. And what is important is to not hold the breath. Do not hold the breath. So when you are getting very excited, we may want to hold that breath because we're just really feeling very ecstatic and like, oh my gosh. We don't want to hold the breath. So then try and just let it go, breathe out through the mouth. And then the breath is how we take action. So as we breathe in, we're breathing in the feminine, the universal light, energy, prana through us. And as we exhale, sorry, I said that wrong. As we breathe in, we are breathing in from underneath, from our first power center, our first chakra, for some people who call it that. We're breathing in the divine feminine, the feminine element and Mother Earth. We really want to connect with that. So we'll be breathing in and then exhaling through different power centers. I'll talk about it a little bit more later, but the point of this is we are breathing with our actions. Just like in yoga, when you do different asanas, movements, you exhale at certain moments and you inhale at certain moments. So during this process, we are also circulating the breath and using the breath with our action, and that is very important. Which I'll get into more detail here in a minute. So the next part of action is when we are conscious of our breath, we're ready, we've cleansed ourselves, then we want to just make a moment of connection, again, to the goddess, the feminine, the Mother Earth, the intention, the connection of her beneath us, noticing that she is beneath us, feeling her presence beneath us, and opening that gateway, if you will, from her to our first power center or first chakra towards our yoni, and making that connection, opening it up, right? Kind of opening up the doors, if you will. And we can make an intention here that we are making love to ourselves, but also making love, allowing the divine feminine and the divine masculine to flow through you. So divine feminine up and divine masculine is Father Sky Universe, to flow through you. And in such a process, we're being a channel for these energies to come in us. The divine Mother Earth and universe and these two elements are not able to reproduce. The only way they can reproduce is through us. And that's why they call us their children. And through us is how they can birth children. Through us is how they can feel pleasure. And through us is how they can get into sacred union. So yes, we can do a little intention about being a vessel for them, offering yourself up, or offering the fruits of these actions that you're taking up to whichever belief system or truth that you have, and what works for you. Okay? And then the action, raise and circulation. So I want to make a little bit of a diagram. Raise and circulation. What's important is that with the breath, as I was mentioning, we're going to raise up our energies and circulate that energy until we can raise all that energy from Mother Earth all the way up through all our 7 power centers, our 7 chakras, up to the crown chakra. And then we are gifting that energy that we have cultivated, that we have raised throughout this sacred self-pleasuring ceremony, and we are gifting it back to universe, Father Sky. And that's how we're going to do it, through using and circulating our breath. So I want to make a little bit of a diagram here. If this is how you are sitting, and some of you may be sitting in the bed, living room, and some of you may like doing this in the shower or the bath, whatever works for you. Okay, so this is a person, right? I think so. And she is sitting cross-legged. And so we want to connect to, don't know where all my pens went here. We want to connect to the energy of Mother Earth beneath us. We're going to raise that energy to our first power center, raise it up with an inhale up, exhale, imagining it going through. So inhale up and exhale through that power center forward. Inhale up and through the power center, balancing it, harmonizing it, etc. So we're going to do this with all 7 power centers or chakras. Eventually, when you are done and you feel that the first power center is balanced, we raise up to the second, and then the third, and then the fourth, etc. So for some of you, if you're doing this for the first time, it might take a while. You might raise up to the first and the second, and then drop down to the first. And then you might have to go second, first, ooh, third, second. And perhaps in the first time you may not make it all the way up to the crown chakra, and that's okay. And maybe some of you will, but it may be a bit of a jumping around and a bit of practice, okay? As we raise up to the crown chakra, we have basically brought all the energies of the Divine Feminine Mother Earth through all of our power centers. We have balanced all of our power centers, cleared all of our power centers. We have harmonized them, and we are now gifting this cultivated energy all the way up to Father Sky through the crown. And as we get to that crown and we have cleared and opened it, we will... with an exhale, take a moment of gifting that over. As you reach this will be an orgasm. When practiced properly, this will be your orgasm. FYI, during this process, you could be touching yourself, or you could be not touching yourself. This specific one that I'm explaining right here is about self-pleasuring, so you would be touching yourself. I will do a different video and information about when we're just doing self-pleasuring meditation, or actually sexual enhancing and balancing meditation. But this is generally for including the action of actually touching our yoni for pleasure. The orgasm that we can reach here, that is able to reach, could be an orgasm, maybe an orgasm, that is something that you've never felt before. It's not the type of orgasms you have with a male, not the type of orgasms you have masturbating on your own. It'll be a whole different height, and I will talk a little bit at the end about my experience if you're interested to hear about how that could feel like for you. So yes, we are gifting it back up. That would be the orgasm. That would be the closing of the action. This, when we reach this height, we are talking about the full expression of your sexual energy, of your devotion, of your femininity, of your goddess within, all of that. And what I have found when I got to this place, I started to sing. When I get to my expression power center, I start singing and praising while I'm in the ceremony. And by the time I'm up here, I am praising and shouting a name. And it made me realize that that is why people shout, "Oh God, oh God, oh God," when they are coming and when they're in bed. Because actually, back um, back in the sacred temples, sex temples back in the day, sex was only done to praise God or to praise the divine, the divinity, right? So when we got that high, we would say, oh God, because we were gifting it back to universe, source, spirit, nature, or God, whichever word you have for it. And that's why now we still say that. And so what happened to me a while back, I channeled a word which is called or haresh, which is a mixture of one of the first languages of the ancient earth language, and a light language. And it is a word of, it's basically, I love you, but in a ceremonial God-like divinity way. And when I was going through my full expression, naturally that channeled word came through or haresh, and it was shown to me that this is a word that can be or may be used by some for such a moment, for that moment of the process of the orgasmic or of the full expression. Yeah, of the moment. Yeah. Okay. Once we have reached that, basically we have been the channel, the connection point of Mother Earth and Father Sky, and through us, they have connected. Through us, they could make love, if you will. Through us, they have been able to connect and join in sacred union, and we are the vessel of that, and that is our purpose, and that is how we can manifest through that energy. We can send that energy back up to God. We can send that energy to someone who's sick, to Mother Earth for her healing, to our own healing, to traumas we want to release. So we can set these intentions. We are cultivating an energy there. We're cultivating a frequency. We're cultivating a magic, if you will. And we can connect to that, and we can use that with intention, with good intentions only, for many different things. Okay, so after we have had this amazing, beautiful experience, and it's time to relax and come down, we can have the come down or the balancing moment. Yes? So this was all exciting, and now it's time to relax. We could lay down in Shavasana. That's the name of a yoga pose. So just laying down on our back, feet apart, slightly apart, arms to the side, and just really relax your body. And allow all this energy to balance. You just raised energy, you cultivated energy, you gifted energy. Now we're just gonna allow that all to relax and balance back down. And settle into their places where they belong. During this time, it is also very nice to maybe change the music if you have music going on before, and we can play relaxing music. We could play some mantra. We could be in silence. We could do songs, or we could do singing, and other options, of course. So we could put some relaxing, soothing music now, starting to come down, starting to lay down, balance our energies. One of the songs that I personally use and recommend is the Deva Pramal Gayatri mantra. There's a beautiful one. It's about 7 minutes long in YouTube, and maybe I'll put it underneath this video if you guys are interested. And I play that at least 2 to 3 times, and I sing with it. And the Gayatri mantra actually, back in ancient Indian times, was used in different sex temples for tantric exercises and devotion. Okay, so then the last thing for us beautiful females, so we can do when we're in Shavasana, we're relaxing, we got the music on, we're in bliss. And we can put one hand on our heart and the other hand on our womb. Okay? It doesn't matter which one goes where, just naturally put one hand on the heart, one hand on the womb. And through our hands, the energy of our heart center and our womb center, our sexual and our emotional love energy, they start to balance. And you can just stay there throughout the listening of this music. I like to take at least 15 minutes for this calm down balancing, sometimes up to 30 minutes, depending on my time and what I'm feeling. So, and then we keep those hands there during that whole time and breathe and relax. So then I'll tell you one more little thing about the hands is you will notice that naturally wherever your hand goes, it'll tell you which part needed more healing or needs more energy or balancing, if it's the heart or the womb. So our right hand is for giving, our left hand is for receiving. So if our left hand naturally goes to the heart and our right hand goes to the womb, it means that we are receiving energy from the heart and balancing and giving energy to the womb space. So now we know that the womb needed more healing, more the sexual part. If our hands were vice versa, we know that, you know, the womb was giving some energy to the heart space, and that's where the balancing was happening. This can change every time you do this, and this could also change during this whole calm down process, vice versa, up to you. Yes. So in short, this is it. This is what's been wanting to come through. This is there's a lot more information here, of course, but I didn't want to make a whole long video about it. I will write this information hopefully in the next few days up in an article, which I already have finished, so that the information can be seen and held. I think that will be useful. And then you can tune off here, or I'm gonna share with you my experience of my first sacred self-pleasuring experience. And this was when I had no idea that this was gonna come through. I was in a meditative state, and the goddess started to teach me. And this was what we were doing. And everything, as I explained, is what came through. And what I want to explain is, as I was raising, I was able to raise all that energy in the first time all the way to the crown chakra. As I was going through the first, second, and third, and fourth different power centers or chakras, it did take a moment. So it dropped and lifted and dropped and lifted. When I started to get to my expression chakra or power center, I was singing, and I'm not a singer. I've been opening up my voice more, but I'm not per se a singer. And then when I got to my third eye, wow, it was incredible. Actually, now I'm really feeling into that experience again. When I started, every time I raised an octave, every time I raised a power center, I couldn't believe how much I rised up. I couldn't believe what the new level of pure bliss and fulfillment that I had reached. It was incredible. It was incredible. I was like breathing through it, and they said, don't hold your breath, don't hold your breath. And there's a breath and a moment, you rise to the next power center, to the next octave, and wow, I was like, whoa, this is what happens when you don't hold your breath. Wow. And every octave I went up, every power center I raised up was a new octave of sensations, energies that I had never felt before. There was color and energy everywhere. There was light everywhere. I felt nearly floating. I felt the divine with me, all over me, within me. It was an incredible, the most incredible orgasm I've ever had in my life. As I was rising up all that energy, and as I was getting higher and higher to your higher power centers, I couldn't believe what was going on. And then the expression, I started singing and praising, and I was so high of this energy, ecstatic even. And then as I finally got to the crown chakra and gifted that energy back to, Father Sky, universe, I was shouting Or Haresh, and it was an orgasm that I have never felt in my life. I personally, I often feel throughout my life 3 different orgasms, specific ones, and in this moment, in this ceremony, in this exercise, I felt an orgasm that I'd never felt before, and it was clean. It was not even a percentage or whatsoever of guilt, of shame. It was the most cleanest sexual experience I had of my life, of pure divine, pure beauty, 100% natural. Yes, amazing, absolutely amazing. I couldn't believe it when I was done. I couldn't believe what the experience that I just went through. And since then, certain aspects of the goddess has been showing me, teaching me, and channeling information about sacred sex. I'm writing a book about it slowly. So yes, that is my experience. So for those of you who enjoyed this video, I hope the next time you love yourself, you have an amazing experience, and thank you for watching. Yeah, have a beautiful day, and I'm always open for questions. Much love. Bye.